Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be doing the part 3 of Fortnite. This was much requested, and I think the series is going well so far. A little bit of short episodes recently, but it's not too bad, and we're going through a lot of material pretty fast. So, one thing that I forgot to do last time is, we'll just get right into the tutorial, is we want to drag in this hide before the wait 1 second here. And same thing with all these wait 1 second. So you want to hide, and then wait a second and show. Same thing with, let's see, the island map. You want to hide, then wait a second, and then show. Alright, so let's see what we have so far. Press A. Doesn't look too bad so far. Alright. So, I do think that the island map is moving. I think it's the good speed. You can obviously change it to 0.1 or 0.5 if you want to go even faster. Anyways, we're going to go into our menu screen, and all we want to do is, sorry, not the menu screen, island map. But we need to give the instructions. So go into flying instructions, and what we need to do in that flying instructions is actually set it to 0, 0. So go to X, 0, Y, 0. Now, let's check this out. Right. So what we actually want to do, because the middle is the center, we don't want it to go there. We want it to go down here. So that's going to be, the X is still going to be 0, but the Y is going to be negative 165. Alright, let's try that out. Press A, fades in. There we go. Awesome. Now, obviously, the arrow keys don't work yet, and that's what we're going to add today. Okay, so this is going to require a little bit of math, but it's not too bad. Go into your scripts and drag in a when I receive island, and we can do left first. We'll do left first. What we want to do is we want to drag in a change X by. We want to just, change X by. And then let me see what I have. Alright, so the first thing is you want to get a multiplying sign. And you want to put island speed multiplier in the second one. Now in the first one, you want to have another multiplication sign. And in the first multiplication sign, you need to put another multiplication sign. But in the second one, you're going to put dividing sign. Alright. Then in this one, you need to have -1 because we're going left, not right. Obviously, left is going to be a negative X and right is going to be positive. So we'll change this later. But this is just going to be 1. We're going to go into looks and drag in size here. And then in island speed, we just want to multiply it by -1. And right now, we can tell that it's set to 3. Let's see where we set that. Yeah, there we go, right there. Okay. So, there we go. Not too hard, right? Now let's add that for everything else. So, hold on. Where did I add that? Oh, yeah, we don't want to add it in the menu screen. We want to add it in the island map. That's my bad. So we'll just drag that there, and here we have it. Okay. Now let's check if that works. So press A, it'll fade in. And then if we press right, it should move to the left. Perfect, that's how we want it to look. And like I said before in the last tutorial, this is just going to make it so that when you get closer, it's going to look different than when you're very far away, because obviously you can see more detail and stuff. Alright, next thing we want to duplicate this, and we just want to change this to down. And we want to change this, we want to bring this guy out, and just drag in a change Y. Because Y is up and down and X is horizontal, as you guys know. So for down, we can't use change X by, we have to use change Y by. So also we can just duplicate this and then do up. And the only thing we need to change is 1. That's why this way of doing it is so powerful. Now we just duplicate this and we make it right. And then we change this to 1. Now we can clean it up a little bit. Like how I cleaned it up, you just right click and you press clean up. Okay. Anyways, let's see if that works. Boom. We literally just made that. Was not too hard. Actually went pretty smoothly. So you can see that as we get closer, you can't move as much. Now you can decide where you want to go, but in today's, in this kind of tutorial, we're not going to actually make it matter. This is just for the experience of the user. But yeah. Alright. So as you saw there, here, let's play it again. As you saw there, when it gets a certain size, it won't stop. It'll just keep on going, keep on going. So like, when it gets a certain size, it'll stop going in, And that's when we want to show to the user that you're actually going to be landing now, so make your final decisions about where you want to be. So as you can see, you can tell it keeps on getting closer and closer, but then you can only move left, right, up, and down, and it's not moving any closer. That's because sprites in Scratch, in order to make it run smoother, they have a limit on how big they can be. I don't actually like this limit, and I wish it was customizable, but we have to deal with it and we have to get around it. Obviously in Fortnite it's much different, but that's fine because we still want to get the concept of Fortnite into our games. Alright, so we want to create a landing signal. So as you might have seen in the art, we're going to name this one landing signal. And like we always do, we're going to upload this, and we're going to call it landing screen. And then we can just delete these two. Alright, let's look at landing screen. We're going to go into scripts, and we're going to go into events, drag in a when flag is clicked. Now we want this to go to the middle, but we obviously don't want it to show. So we're going to go to x0, y0. And like I said, we want to make it hide. Now, we only want it to show when we realize that there's a limit. So we need to go back into our island map, and we're actually going to create a new script. So when flag is clicked, we want to drag in a forever. We want to drag in an if, then go into your operators, drag in a greater than sign. And let's see how I did this. Yeah, and I think the number that I chose is 156, because that's just a little bit before. So we go to size. We say if size is greater than 156, then you can broadcast our landing. And we don't want it broadcasting too many times, so we're just going to stop the script there. Landing. So then we want to stop it like I said. Stop this script. And then, yeah, so we want to go into our landing. And we want to say, let me see. Oh yeah, so when I receive landing, that's the message we just broadcasted. We want to show it, obviously, and we're going to do this a little bit in a weird way. Repeat about 3 times, I'd say, and then you want to wait about half a second, and then you can hide it. And then duplicate it here and drag this out and just drag a show instead. There we go. Okay. Instead of doing 0.5, you can just make it 0.3 because we don't want it to hide for that long. And then we can hide the sprite and broadcast a message that says transition to ground. Transition to ground. Alright, there we go. That should be it. We'll see how this looks. Alright, Fortnite. Press A to continue. We press A to continue. We can decide where we want to go. And you can see that we're just moving around. Alright, do I want to go into the lake and swim? Not really. Do I want to go into the jungle and stay above the trees? Sure. So we're just going to land in the tree. And it's going to say landing, landing, landing. There we go. Now, I do think it's a little bit too big. So what I'm going to do is hide it. Or make it smaller. So set the size to maybe like 60%. That sounds about good. And obviously, we're going to add it in the next tutorial, where if you actually go to the right and you end up landing in the ocean, it's going to tell you you died. Or we can actually make it special, where you have to do a swim challenge and try to swim back to the island based on how far away you are. Anyways, that's going to be it for this tutorial. Once again, a pretty short tutorial. I'll be bringing you guys the part 4 soon, and a defense turret game also, so let me know if you want to see that. Give me more ideas in the comments below for what you want me to do next. I'll see you guys next time, and hope you enjoyed. Peace out.